The Book of Job is a profound and poetic narrative found in the Hebrew Bible and the Christian Old Testament. It tells the story of a man named Job, a righteous and prosperous individual who faces tremendous suffering and wrestles with questions of suffering, righteousness, and God's justice. Summary of Job. Job's prosperity. The book begins by introducing Job, a wealthy and blameless man who lives in the land of Uz. He has a loving family, extensive livestock, and great prosperity. Job is known for his righteousness and piety, offering sacrifices for his children's sins and regularly worshiping God. Satan's challenge. In the heavenly courts, Satan challenges Job's righteousness, suggesting that he is only faithful to God because of his abundant blessings. God allows Satan to test Job's faith, but he sets a boundary, preventing Satan from taking Job's life. Job's suffering. Suddenly, calamity befalls Job. In a series of tragic events, he loses all his livestock, servants, and even his children. Despite these devastating losses, Job remains steadfast in his faith and does not curse God. Physical affliction. Satan further afflicts Job by covering him in painful sores. Job's suffering becomes unbearable, and he is reduced to sitting in ashes, scraping his wounds with broken pottery. Job's lament and questions. Job's friends, Eliphaz, Bildad, and Zophar, come to comfort him, but their initial silence speaks louder than words. When they finally speak, they assert that Job's suffering is a result of some hidden sin. Job, however, vehemently protests his innocence and begins to lament his existence, expressing his deep anguish and desire for death. Dialogues with friends. The bulk of the book consists of dialogues between Job and his friends. They engage in lengthy debates about the nature of suffering, righteousness, and God's justice. Job maintains his innocence, while his friends continue to insist on his guilt. God's response. In the latter part of the book, God himself speaks to Job from a whirlwind. God's response is both awe-inspiring and humbling, as he highlights his omnipotence, wisdom, and creative power. God challenges Job's understanding of the universe, emphasizing that human knowledge is limited compared to his divine knowledge and purposes. Job's humility and restoration. After hearing God's response, Job humbly acknowledges his lack of understanding and repents of questioning God's ways. God rebukes Job's friends for their misguided arguments and instructs them to offer sacrifices for their wrongdoing. Restoration and blessings. God restores Job's fortunes, providing him with twice as much as he had before. Job receives new livestock, children, and a prolonged life, symbolizing God's faithfulness and compassion. Conclusion. The Book of Job offers profound insights into the human experience of suffering, the mysteries of God's justice, and the importance of trust and humility in the face of adversity. Job's story serves as a reminder that suffering is an integral part of the human condition, and it challenges readers to wrestle with the complexity of suffering and God's sovereignty. The Book of Job does not provide easy answers to the problem of suffering, but it encourages readers to approach God with honesty, seeking understanding and finding hope in His presence and ultimate purposes. Job's story remains a timeless testament to the enduring power of faith and trust in God, even in the midst of life's most difficult trials.